Hi, everyone. This is Gerald and Taylor Burrow. You may be wondering why you're receiving this video. Well, I have some interesting information to share with you today. I've recently moved my real estate practice to REMAX of Cherry Creek. Why, you may ask? Three major reasons. The first is REMAX is owned by the brokers who work here. That means we are committed to the buyer and seller success and will do anything to achieve that to ensure the goals are met by our clients. The second thing is REMAX is a Colorado grown corporation. They are the largest real estate corporation in the world. Right now, we are number one in the state of Colorado. We're number one in the nation. And as I mentioned, we're number one in the world with brand recognition. Brand recognition is key because when we're negotiating on your behalf, that means there are more REMAX listings throughout the state of Colorado. There's more REMAX affiliate offices that are handling those listings. Therefore, we have greater access into those accounts. Many of you may be asking what Taylor's role is going to be in this process. Taylor, can you share with us?
Yes, well, basically, I will be assuming the role of transaction coordinator to ensure that all documents during the buying and selling process are completed on time while adhering to state and federal regulations. Because the business aspect of real estate is very complex, I basically will be making sure that we get it right.
Great. Taylor, we're welcome to have you aboard. One of Taylor's additional responsibilities is coordinating our monthly video update that we're going to be sending out to our clients and friends and families. It's going to be an educational series and we will provide a bunch of topics. In fact, let me see some of the topics that we will be discussing during this series is obviously the Metro Denver trends, mortgage myths, down payment assistance programs, best time to buy and sell, or rent versus owning. The myths around credit scores and how you can increase your credit score. Tax tips and tools are among some of the topics, and then also we work with investors. So we'll do a series on investors and how to position yourself as an investor. Well, this is the first of its kind, Taylor. So it started out. Do you have any questions for me today?
Yes, I actually do have a few questions I would like to ask. First being, what do buyers need to keep in mind when they are thinking about buying a house?
Well, Taylor, there's actually three things that all buyers should look at and consider when they're positioning themselves for buying a home. The first one is your FICO score. A FICO score is created by the three credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Each of those credit bureaus will give you a score. Your lender will take the middle score, and that is your FICO score. Now, majority of lenders are looking for at least a 620 credit score because that is the level where you can participate in just about any product that they offer. Now, there are programs available for those with credit scores below 620, but you're going to pay a higher interest rate. The second thing is your debt to income. Your debt to income will determine the maximum amount of monthly payment that you can qualify for. That will allow me to determine the maximum amount of purchase that you can purchase. Now, this is very critical because the majority of buyers start off at a much higher price that they're looking at, and they're spinning their wheels and they're wasting a lot of time in that process. Now, keep in mind, although you have a debt to income, I recommend to most of my buyers that you base your monthly budget on what your monthly budget is, and then we just go from that monthly payment. The third thing is your down payment, which is pretty tough for a lot of people to get. I mean, heck, these past few years have been pretty rough, and with the Great Recession from 2008 to 2011, many people lost their jobs. Therefore, people are just catching up, and most people are just living month to month, so they can't come up with the down payment assistance programs. But the federal government has provided down payment assistance programs where they will loan you, or not loan you, actually, it's a grant. So you don't have to pay it back, but they will provide up to 5% towards down payment and closing costs towards purchase of a home. This is not a first-time home buyers program. Anyone that is going to be an owner-occupied candidate can qualify for this particular program.
Well, thank you for that. I don't know about you all, but I did not know any of that. So my second question is, can you basically provide us with an overall insight into the seller's market at this time?
Certainly, I sure can. With the improvement of the economy, home sales, as you've seen, have just really just risen. They have gone up, and the interest rates have continued to go down. We are basically at just about the all-time low in interest rates. But with this being said, heading into Q4, it's expected that the interest rates will go up just a little bit slightly, no more than an eighth or a quarter of a point. That means you're still going to be around the all-time low on interest rates. So that's still good news. The one thing that we've seen in the market over the past few months is less showings per listings. In the past, you could have as much as 15, 20 showings per day on a listing. The last 30 days of data has shown that on average, there are about 3 showings per listing. So that is, it's much different than it was. But the one thing that we have seen is a lot of these offers are still very strong offers. So my recommendation to the sellers is to make sure that you're really just drilling down to the specifics in each proposal to make sure that you're getting the best deal.
Well, thank you for that. And my last question is, if you're renting at this time, should you be working to prepare to buy that property since you never know when your landlord might be selling?
That's an absolutely yes, Taylor. If you're not thinking about buying the home that you're renting, you certainly you certainly need to know that your seller or your landlord is thinking about selling that property. Denver has experienced double-digit growth for a number of years. In 2015, Denver led the nation in equity growth, and so that means people, a lot of sellers are cashing out. A lot of landlords are deciding that I would rather cash out and take these monies and do something else with them. So if you're not prepared, you may be in a bad shape. Scenario that I want to share with you. I'm working with three buyers in this situation right now. One of my buyers, that I was working with, we recently put a contract on the home that they're renting. Luckily, we start the lending process prior to the landlord selling the property. Just about the time that we got approved, the buyer got a letter from the landlord stating that they decided to sell the house, and they had to vacate the house within 60 days. So because of that, and we had good relationships with the landlord, we started negotiations, and we all agreed that we would buy the house. The benefit to the landlord is it saved the landlord time. They didn't have to put the house on the market. They got the price that they wanted, and the benefit to the buyer is, although the seller got the price that they wanted, we eliminated a bid war, whereas it could have took the price of the house up additional $15,000 to $20,000, and everyone's happy, and we're going to close on the 30th of this month.
Well, sounds good to me. Sounds like a win-win. Well, thank you, Gerald, for your insights. And for you all, if you have any questions or would like to discuss specifics, please give us a call at 1-720-900-6261 or check out our website at www.idealhomebuyoursell.com. Thank you, and until next time, take care.